Hello everyone, and welcome back to Devil May Cry 3. Last episode we managed to go through missions 11 to 15. And a lot has happened where the Temine Gru has been activated and basically the portal to hell's been opened. So now we gotta go close it up. And this is definitely the finale. Last 5 missions. Let's do it. And since the portal's open, more of them are showing up.
Now this is what I'm talking about.
Hey.
Hello there. Welcome, Julian. Just about to witness the final 5 missions of Devil May Cry 3. But with a much better mic this time. Alright, let's see.
Do you think Ahsoka should have been in the Star Wars movies as well as TV and comics?
Huh? Ahsoka? Well, technically she should, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Because Disney could literally make something non-canon at the drop of a hat, even though it makes no fucking sense. Like when they said, oh, there's no extended universe material to make movies out of. Bitch, please. Like, there's books and shit that have been out for, like, years, for, you know, past 30 years, and you're telling me none of those are canon? Okay. But if I'm being honest, yes, they should, but only if they understand what her character needs to do next. Like, where does her character go after, you know... Like, because, say what you will about Rebels, I personally think the show could have been better. But one thing that you can't deny was done better was... You know, Ahsoka fighting, you know, Darth Vader and shit. That was...
I broke her charter in Rebels.
Yeah. Then again, I haven't really watched Rebels. All I've heard of is, you know, there's some moments that, you know, a lot of fans from the Clone Wars will enjoy, and, you know, I'll take their word for it. I don't know, my love for Star Wars is very, dead due to what's been going on with the whole Disney nonsense with the part Episode 9 and how it's been so... there's so many different cuts of the movie that I don't even know which ones they're going to...
I want her to have her standalone movie or even TV show like they're doing with Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan.
I hope so, but the problem is I hope they cast somebody who is not going to... Like, for example, people say, oh, Brie Larson, the most uninteresting and not really that talented actress, should play Ahsoka. It's like, no. If anyone should play Ahsoka, it should be somebody who's likable. Like, oh, I don't know. Somebody who has experience and actually can be, you know, and just can have an actual performance, you know? Like, say, like, for example, somebody who's not Brie Larson, I'd say maybe, I don't know, Kristen Bell or... somebody else. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like talking about Star Wars in this day and age because Disney just has done so many dumb things to it that I just feel nothing, you know? I don't know how to explain it. Let's just say the disappointment of The Last Jedi left its impression with me, you know? Oh. Well, that was easier than I thought. No, it was just me pure guessing. Okay, so I just need one more blue orb fragment, then my health is extended some more. Nice. Golden Sun. Alright.
You think there could be a lot of people who could play her? There's a lot of people who could do it right and a lot of people who could do it wrong.
Oh, I'm well aware of that. When it comes to casting certain characters, it's a very hard decision because there's so many. There's like so many different actors that could work, but then there's some that will definitely be a fucking detriment to it, like Brie Larson, who is not a good Captain Marvel, and people who still think she is are ignorant, stupid, and just clearly don't understand what the character of Carol Danvers before she became the poster child for Marvel. Like where she used to be Ms. Marvel, a likable character who was definitely a part of a relic of her time, but we still loved her because of how unique and interesting she was. And
I don't like Brie Larson.
I don't either. When it comes to actors and actresses, there's plenty of other fish in the sea that could have filled that role, and most of it comes from the fact that, well, Brie Larson has no breasts and has no buttocks, so wearing the suit just looks very odd. And how she had to have a butt double and shit just shows you just how ridiculously, like, miscast she was. Like, somebody who actually has, like, a well-toned body, but can also act, that's what you should look for in a role like that. But nope, they just had to get a woman who clearly has no means of, has no charm or charisma, has no likability, and just has more controversy or, like surrounding her than, say, any of the other co-stars. And the fact that I also hate her because she was supposedly was more
and
like...
started my actor course at college next year.
Yeah, see, it's like... Yeah, it's cool. Hopefully you can wing it, because we could use more actors in this day and age. Like, good ones, and not passable ones that aren't nearly as good as you think they are when there's a million other, like, for example, Joaquin Phoenix. He deserves a goddamn Oscar for every movie he's in because he puts so much effort into it, and he goes in such a way of method that no other actor does, and he does it way more effectively than Jared Leto does, I would say. Because once he's in the role, he does all he can with it, and that's it. And he wings it. Like, knowing Joaquin Phoenix, he will do his damnedest to make a goddamn role work, even if it doesn't or shouldn't. You know? And I liked him in The Joker because he brought something new and different to the role that no other actor has done before, where he's more, sympathetic. He's more of a good guy turned bad due to the environment he's in, you know? Not to mention I think that movie made me understand more about the rivalry, and it made the rivalry between Batman the reason Batman and the Joker are enemies so much more realistic. I liked it because of that.
I can do my Spike voice really good from Buffy and the Joker from the new movie quite good, and I can do Nero as well.
Nice.
Accents are the hardest bit.
Yeah, they are. Trust me, take it from me as I'm more amateur at it, but trust me, doing accents, especially when they're thick and they're very pronounced, they're not so simple to work with because you have to really listen to the way they they enunciate their wording and how they speak and how they say certain words in a certain way, like how they pronounce their O's, their S's, etc. So say when you're doing like an accent, like an Irish accent, you have to do a lot of weird things with your voice and stuff to really match, like, I don't know.
You need to do like one fervent happy anger and sad.
Oh yeah, exactly. You have to put emotions into certain things as well. So, like, trust me, when you hear an Irish person or somebody who has a different foreign accent rage, sometimes it comes out as more hilarious, and because sometimes the grasp of the English language for them is so ridiculously differing to where they speak with their accents, and it's so thick that you think they're saying something completely different at the same time. And trust me, I have plans of doing voices for, like, Let's Plays, eventually. I mean, I did that with Nier Automata.
McGregor is good at it because he's Scottish.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's good at a British accent, because he's just basically doing an Alec Guinness impression. So it shouldn't be that hard, you know, to mimic a British voice, especially when you're just, like, across the pond and then some. Trust me. It's like the same with most actors being, like, that are British that can do a good American accent, because a lot of the times, they're good at what they do because they learn, they practice, and I'm sure they've been in a lot of movies to where they kind of are surrounded by English, like, American speakers, and each of their accents are very, I don't know, it's like, it's a process that even I sometimes have to figure out, but yeah, it's a very difficult thing to master, especially since if you overuse it too much, you end up speaking like that forever. Like with Gary Oldman when he was doing Commissioner Gordon. One time, I think it's like after like one of the movies he filmed as Jim Gordon, he lost his British accent and he had to relearn it in order to speak it, like he usually does again. That's when you know it's like he was so used to speaking that way that he forgot how to talk like he used to, you know?
Or Americans doing Texas.
Oh yeah, well I mean, Texas is more of a stereotype and it's obvious, even though I'm not from it. Trust me, it's either a southerner accent or it's like a southern prairie girl accent, valley girl accent, or just I have no idea, or just like New Jersey accent, like Jewish, like New Jersey accent. Jersey, though, is more harder to do because unless you live in Jersey, you know how they talk. So a lot of the time, it's very, like, okay, an example. You want to watch somebody who speaks...
My friend, she's from there, but she doesn't talk like that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, some of them don't talk like that, but there's occasions where they most often do. Like one YouTuber I watch, and I support, called, Katja Steck, or Miss Cat from Miss Cat Squad. She has a very thick New Jersey accent. And you can hear based on the way she pronounces her A's and stuff like that. And it's like she just sounds normal at places, but when you notice the Jersey coming out of her, that's when you know it's just like, oh, okay, so I guess she's one of those New Jersey, like, dwellers who speaks like this because, well, I mean, yeah, sometimes they do, but then a lot of the times they don't. Like not everyone in Texas sounds the same, you know? It's like Troy Baker, he's from Texas, but he sounds completely different compared to what most Texans sound like. Same with like... It's like same with Vic Mignogna. He's from Texas too, but, of course, You know, he, of course, has a much more higher pitched voice, and he doesn't have an accent, you know? Like, he doesn't have that twang. It's like the art of speaking and the language in which we use when it comes to accents and stuff. You know, some of them can be enlightening.
Troy Baker, he said to do any act and practice your voice as if it's for movies and TVs.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, try stuff. So when it comes to doing voice work, you always try to, you know, flex your voice and see what you can achieve for a certain character depending on what the director, you know, wants you to do. And a lot of times you have to come up with voices based on the personality. Or like when he did Joel, he just did a much more rugged, older, like Southern man who's like Texan, you know, who basically is older, has a much deeper bravado. Or when he plays Aaron Black, where he's just like his own voice, but with more of a like a twangish Southern spin. Then you see characters like him doing his Mark Hamill impression when he did the young Joker for Arkham Origins, and then what was it? What else did he do? Oh yeah, and then portraying Shinnok in Mortal Kombat, and you can see the variety in which he, you know, flexes his vocal cords and stuff to really match that character's overall like behavior and shit. You know, it's like it's a process. It's a real bitch of a process, but it is a fun process nonetheless. Like for me, I usually talk to myself in various different voices, and I like doing voices for different things I create. Okay, what the hell? I mean, there's also rare cases where an actor doesn't even need to go to acting class because they're so natural at, you know, so like naturally gifted with it. Or you're sometimes see an actor who is born and raised in a family that performed and stuff. Trust me, when it comes to voice acting and stuff like that, there's many possibilities of how you can really...
practicing by when I watch a TV show or movie by putting subs on and choosing a charter, like if I turn on Angel, I'll do Angel or so.
Oh, yeah. Or it's like when most people say, oh yeah, if you want to do accents, just do Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's probably the best way you can start. And I mean, it's like, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, because most impressions don't get it right because they're more cartoony and over the top because, you know, Arnold was a big action star who did a lot of ridiculously weird noises when he was in action films. Like when he got hurt, he'd make those weird grunt noises. And it's like, I mean, yeah, it's weird, but I mean, that's just, you know, his accent. It's like, and there's more to it where his voice is just naturally deep instead of being like most impersonators are, where it's just like, I'll get to the chopper, you know, like that. It's like there's more to it than just that, but it is funny hearing people do that impression in much more like cartoony ways, you know? It's like same with like doing a Joker role. What you do first is you have to master the laugh, because the laugh is what makes the Joker. And a lot of the times the laugh is the hardest because you have to try and force your vocals to be like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you have to basically be over the top and just, anyway, I'll leave that, you know, for you to figure out.
can't do it. Don't you get it? This is not a human's job.
You're the one who doesn't get it. It's not something you can reason with. It has
That's
nothing to
what
do
it started
me
with the
being
Joker.
you being a demon.
Yeah.
I'm driven by the inability to forgive him. My soul is screaming, demanding me to kill him. That's enough motivation to keep me going. Besides, this is my family matter. You should stay out of it.
Okay, lady. I get the picture now, but I can't just sit back and watch either. I'm pretty pissed at him too, you know. Now, get out of my way, or there'll be some consequences.
Fair enough. I wasn't planning on letting any demons live anyway. Not even one.
Just don't do the original Resident Evil voices.
Oh yeah, because those ones are just ridiculous. Or Michigan report from Michigan report from hell. That is some horrendous voice acting if I've ever heard it. So bad that it's fucking hilarious to listen to. Like the way he yells, like one of the characters yells like characters like names when they die and says "Oh my God" after it, like in JoJo's with the English. But the English was funny.
Vegeta's a good one to practice.
True. Depending though on which version of Vegeta you want, the Brian Drummond version or the Chris Sabat version. I personally prefer Drummond because he brings more of a intensity to it than Sabat. Even though, yeah, he is the voice of Vegeta, I do think Brian Drummond did much more of an a much more memorable job due to, you know, his. And the fact that he played copy Vegeta in the Super dub shows you just how much, you know, obviously his contribution as Vegeta was fucking loved.
For realistic acting, it's good to practice in the science.
Yeah.
Are you scared?
Surprise! What part of bullets not hurting me did you not get, lady? You're just wasting precious ammo at this point, even if you are consumed by rage.
I'll take care of him.
Lady can't shoot.
Well, I mean, she's clearly, like, consumed by rage, so she can't concentrate.
With my father, sealing the entrance between the two worlds. And now, my brother's trying to break that spell and turn everything into Demonville. This is my family matter, too. Quite frankly, at first, I didn't give a damn. But because of you, I know what's important now. I know what I need to do.
Wait.
I wish Kari Walgreen was able to reprise her role as Lady in 5.
That's what my soul is telling me to do.
Use this.
How much is it gonna cost me?
What do you think about the voice acting in this?
Name.
I mean, it's better than the first two. I mean, obviously it's the best. Well, I mean, it does get better, but I mean, it's way more of an improvement when you look in the context of Devil May Cry 1 and 2, where Dante was monochrome, serious, and just sad, and didn't joke or have he didn't have any charisma or charm, and he didn't crack any jokes. And in the first one, he was just campy, like Resident Evil 1 levels of acting.
Ladies like you beat me, so have my rocket launcher.
Well, I mean, it was more of a, you know, her saying that, you know, if he really wants to do this, that she trusts him to use, you know, to take something that means so much to her, and to, you know, to use it to take down her dad. Basically, it's more of a symbolistic thing. She's trusting me with her, you know, with her prized weapon, ensuring that I use it to kill her dad, or to at least suck him out of hell, or whatever the hell. Yeah, I didn't mean to make a pun there. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that was my oopsie. Red orb. Mine. Oh, shit. Fuck me, I did it again. And up. Okay.
I've been playing Re 7 in VR. I find it easier to remember the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of my reboot project, I do plan on remaking this by having the reason Lady hates her father.
Just don't like the jumpy out bits in VR.
Oh, I mean, yeah, jump scares are not scary, as I've always said. They're just more to break tension and to give you that scare that it's building up to. And jump scares can be effective if used right, and I unfortunately see too many of them in most modern games, especially horror games. I mean, because they do work, but they're not scary, is my all-time thing. It's like, it's all about the atmosphere, the ambiance, like, you know, like what Kubrick did with The Shining. You don't need to make jump scares, you just need atmosphere, tension, and just that sense of dread. That's scary. Because you don't know what's coming, and when it does happen, it's still unsettling. Like, you know? Because jump scares just don't work all the time if you know when they're gonna pop up, because I can see almost any horror movie nowadays and I can almost always predict when a jump scare is gonna happen because of the way that a shot is, like a scene is, like, structured. It's like It Chapter 2. I mean, I loved It Chapter 2 because it was the second half of my favorite book. But there was a lot about... Yeah, but I will tell you, there was a lot of jump scares that I sat there saying, oh yeah, this is gonna pop up, and this is gonna pop up. And it's like, when you're making a movie, especially a horror film, you should never have that happen, where your audience is I can easily, like, shake off the jump scares.
The movies suck. If Resident Evil would rather watch Underworld.
Well, I mean, the Underworld movie... I mean, okay, Resident Evil 1 tried, but then the sequels just went down the path that the games eventually did, where they focused more on action and Hollywood-esque levels of ridiculousness, instead of focusing on, like, on a genuinely, like, compelling, scary story. And supposedly this reboot that's coming out will make it scary again. I have my doubts about that, but I imagine maybe this could be a good thing if we wait. You know, maybe this director, depending on who it is, like same with like most people, it all depends on the director's vision in the end, because the director gets the final say in what needs to be done, and the producer is the one that helps, you know, get the funding needed and stuff to really make it work, you know? Like, I don't know how to explain it any more than that. Trust me, Devil May Cry 1's coming next,
There
and
are
you'll
a lot
see.
of too many rewrites of movies now.
Well, the problem is, it's like, I don't know, like, most movies just don't understand, like, especially when it comes to video game adaptations. Sometimes they don't work because the people, like, behind the scenes just don't understand how a narrative, especially a compelling narrative that's supposed to be an interactive experience, should be. Like Castlevania, based on a platform, like a Konami classic, even though I still have my issues with Konami.
Cast reading a love of game.
Oh yeah.
A Devil May Cry movie, how would it work?
Well, that depends again on the people directing it, as I've always said, because the director in the end has the final say-so, and not to mention, the vision is ultimately difficult because, well, if you're adapting a Japanese property, what do you do if it comes from an American source, like Ghost in the Shells? Even though I personally thought the movie was was interesting, you know, it had its problems.
I like the movie for a night movie to fall asleep to. I think there is a lot of good movie ideas out there what people aren't putting to screen.
Yeah, there always is.
You can get in made movie scripts at Comic-Con.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Welcome to hell! Are you well done, Mr. Well done! Yes, I'm the one with the swollen...
I'm just going to do nothing but my acting next year. If I fail, keep trying, I won't give up.
Excuse me.
Oh, well, I mean, like, yeah, never give up on your dreams, even if it looks like, you know, fate's spitting and pissing in your face.
A lot of people fail and give up. I won't.
That's good. It's a rare quality to see people with that. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh yeah, on my rebooted project, I plan on introducing this guy in the sequel too. The doppelganger.
I know why you're here. You're here to ask me some questions. Well, too bad. I've already answered them myself. I don't need you anymore. Come on, poser. Thought I lost my shadow for a sec. Well then, let's wrap up this crazy party, shall we? Gotta clean up the mess Father left behind. Come on, Whip.
Putting my Christmas tree up.
locked up toilet. Why do you always stick your nose in other families' business? Come on, dude. Don't you have any hobbies? My father wasn't so hideous. Can't you tell by looking at me? Anyway, that shape suits you better. Let's begin the main event.
I've come to retrieve my power. You can't handle it.
Look at you, making a big dramatic entrance and stealing my spotlight.
What? You don't possibly believe that he deserves to be our main event now, do you?
Now that you mention it, you're right.
You should come to realize you cannot control the power of Sparta.
You're wasting your time, buddy. I think he needs to learn the hard way. I'll try it your way for once. Remember what we used to say? Jackpot. Not very classy for someone's dying words.
Could I? I shall become a god. No one here can stop me.
What a surprise. Here I was looking for you, and lo and behold, you come to me.
Mary.
Don't ever call me that again. My mother was the only one who could say my name.
Wait. Please. Do you really want to shoot me? Can you shoot me? Your own father? What have I done wrong? Even heroic Sparta sacrificed a woman so that he could become a legend. wished to be a god! And I sacrificed one miserable human being for that reason. That is all. Was that really so awful? I have some unfinished business to take care of. Help me, Mary.
Mary died a long time ago. My name is Lady. Goodbye, Father.
No!
I thought I wasn't gonna cry.
Give that to me.
No way. You got your own.
Well, I want yours too.
What are you gonna do with all that power, huh? No matter how hard you try, you're never gonna be like Father.
We're wasting time!
We are the sons of Sparta. Within each of us flows his blood. But more importantly, his soul! And now, my soul is saying it wants to stop you!
Unfortunately, our souls are at odds, brother. I need more power.
And we're supposed to be twins.
Twins. Right.
all you got? Come on, get up. You can do better than that.
The portal to the human world is closing, Dante. Because the amulets have been separated.
Let's finish this, Virgil. I have to stop you. Even if that means killing you.
No one can have this, Dante. It's mine. It belongs to a son of Sparta. Leave me, Bill, if you don't want to be trapped in the demon world. I'm staying. This place was our father's home.
What an ordeal. You're still here.
I need that back.
No late charges, I hope?
I'll think about it.
We should be fine for now. But I'm sure they'll be back soon. Very soon.
Are you crying?
It's only the rain.
The rain already stopped.
Devils never cry.
I see. Maybe somewhere out there, even a devil may cry when he loses a loved one. Don't you think?
Maybe.
By the way... looks like we're gonna be busy for a while.
Well, bring it on. I love this. This is what I live for! I'm absolutely crazy about it!
What happened next? Nothing, really. We took care of all the remaining devils, and that was it. I still have a job to do that's far from done, which is to eliminate every last demon. I need to ensure that monsters like my father never come about again. And he promised to help me hunt down the demons, even though he's part one himself. But now I realize that there are humans as evil as any devil, as well as kind and compassionate demons in this universe. At least I've found one so-called devil who is able to shed tears for those he cares about. That's enough for me to believe in him.
Now I can start my business.
Oh, speaking of a kind devil, he finally decided on a name for his shop. It took him quite a while to pick one. Wanna know the name? Devil May Cry.
It'll be fun to fight with the Prince of Darkness. If my father did it, I should be able to do it too.
Alright. That is the end of Devil May Cry 3. Next game we will start in the series is the first Devil May Cry. This was fun revisiting. Thank you all so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.